Today is a new car day. Not for me, unfortunately, but Nico, who you've also seen in a few of my videos before, he just bought himself a new car. It's also an old Mercedes. I haven't seen it yet. I'm on my way to his now to check it out, and later we'll do an oil change on it. So first I'll show you what he got. So this is Nico's new SLK 200 that he's planning on making a bit of a project out of. But for today, we're just going to do a service on it, have a look underneath, and then see how it drives afterwards. So the car's in the lift now, and the first thing I wanted to point out was how clean the car is from beneath. I can't see a single drop of oil or any corrosion or rust whatsoever. So far it looks like Nico got a good car. We're going to quickly change the oil now because the car hasn't been driven for the past 7 or 8 years, I think. It's just been standing, and that's why it's also got low mileage. It's only got 100,000 kilometers on it. After all of that, I think we're going to take it out for a test drive and see if it actually is a good car. Oh, zijn ogen ziet nog goed dus. So I'm back at home now, and I wanted to give a quick recap on Nico's SLK 200. We did the service just for safety precautions really, because the car he bought hadn't been moved since 2016. It had its last service in 2016 and the tyres were changed then, and then since then it hadn't really done any kilometers whatsoever. So the mileage is pretty low still, it's 100,000 kilometers on it, and when we were underneath the car I couldn't see any rust whatsoever, not even like slight rust, which is really uncommon for those old Mercedes from that kind of year. They all usually have rust. So the car is in good condition. It's only a SLK 200, but naturally aspirated. Most of them have a compressor supercharger. That one is a naturally aspirated one, which I guess speaks maybe for reliability, but it doesn't have much power, but it's still fun. It's a convertible. Convertibles are always fun. It's a manual. So he bought a good car, and I'm sure there'll be more of that car on this channel because he's planning on doing some things, maybe body kits and wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm sure that car will be on the channel more. But for now, I'm on a bit of a side quest. This bike here, this Honda, I've had for the last 5 years about, maybe, since I was 18. And today is the last day of me owning it because I sold it. And this bike is only a 125 and it's very small. The frame is also very small, and I've just kind of grown out of it. I'm now learning to ride bigger bikes, and maybe at some point I can use the money from this bike to get a bigger bike. And yeah, when I was 18, I wasn't as tall as I am now. I'm now 190, about 6'3", and I'll show you what that looks like on this bike. It's actually way too small for me, but it was fun. Today's the last day with it, so I'm going to go for one last ride. And anyone who likes cars or bikes always knows the last ride is a bit emotional. So I'm going to enjoy that. And then I think later this evening, the woman who bought it is going to come and pick it up. even though it's my last day with it, I thought to quickly introduce you to my Honda for respect, you know, to the Honda. Great little machine, had it for 5 years, but unfortunately we always have to move on to bigger and better stuff, I'd say. Yeah, lots was done to this bike, different foot pegs, different seat, a rear number plate kind of holder that's way shorter than original, different rear light, new exhaust, grips, mirror. So this bike was also quite a project, not all done by me, some of the stuff was already done by the previous owner. One thing this bike can do is look good. Also, it doesn't sound too bad either for a 125. So, next side quest of the day, I'm going to buy some leather cleaning products because the whole interior of this car is basically all leather, and I'm going to try and get it as clean as I can because I haven't really done an interior clean since owning the car. It's not too bad and the car's in good condition, but just to make it next level clean. And I also quickly wanted to talk about the W124 chassis in general, because I've been driving this car basically every day for the last 2 weeks since I got back from holiday, and all I can say is the W124 lives up to the hype I can say that it has at the moment, because it is a really good car. And I have the E320, but I think all of the engines are good. Also the smaller 4-cylinder ones, obviously not quite as powerful, but none of these cars really are fast, to be honest. And as I explained in my very first YouTube video, my granddad owned this car for 30 years before he handed it on to me, and I've now done around 2,000 miles on it, maybe 3,000 kilometers, something like that. The car has no vibrations, no weird squeaks or sounds. It just turns on in the morning, runs all day. Actually, I have had one issue. On a couple of summer days when it was really hot and I drove into town, standing in traffic for like 20-30 minutes, it started to overheat, and I'm not sure if that's normal with W124s. Anyone that knows about these cars, please let me know. Is that normal? Do they usually do that? Or is something in my cooling system failing? I don't know. So let me know, but otherwise I haven't really had any issues. Apart from that massive piece of rust on the front right strut tower. Yep, I was completely lying, just having one issue. So rust is also a major problem with these cars, watch out. What I was gonna say was, if you can get a cheapish W124, I really recommend them. It's more than easy to daily drive. The fuel consumption is the only thing, it has quite high fuel consumption, but even that, it's not too bad, and also it just glides like it's driving on clouds. That's the best way I can describe it. The suspension is so good in this car. It's not ideal for sporty driving. Yes, another thing about this car specifically is it's weird to have a right-hand drive car in Switzerland. I've gotten used to it, but still for like, I don't know, you'll see right now I'm going into a parking lot. Actually, it's a good demonstration. I'm going into a parking lot and I'll have to reach across to get the ticket. I'll quickly demonstrate as I'm pulling up to this parking lot. I have to lower the window on the other side. Do my seatbelt off. And then put it in park. That's how I have to get the ticket. Not ideal, but you'll do what you can when you've got a car like this. Another plus points to the W124s are the way they look. And I can tell you from driving it, lots of people stop, look at the car, give me a thumbs up, and especially this one, because the steering wheel's on the wrong side in this country. Lots of people stop and look and think, what the hell's going on? But that's specific to this car. All of them look good. Even this completely stock W124 still looks good at car shows, looks good at old-timer meets, looks good at any kind of car meet in a way. It's just a good looking car. So, E-Class is clean now. I'm not anymore. I'm drenched in sweat. It's 32 degrees and I just cleaned the whole car inside and out. But I'll quickly show you what a clean green E-Class looks like inside and out. Not much comes close, to be honest. Maybe a W124 with BBS wheels or AMG monoblocks, something like that. But apart from that, the stock one also looks pretty good.